about conduction of metals. Conduction of metals. You know that solids are nothing but very good metals. They are also very good conductors. So before entering, I just want to define a simple thing. What is the meaning of conductor and what is the term insulator? Because both of them are no doubt exactly opposite. So what is conductor? You will know that conductors are the substances which conducts electricity. That may be in molten state or in aqueous solution. Insulators are the substances which never ever conduct electricity either in molten state or in liquid state. So, as we were concentrating upon the chapter that is the solid state, here solids are maximum metals and metals are very good conductors. And one more important thing, metals have a different, like a special property that is about malleability and ductility. What are the term malleable and ductile refers to? दोनों का मतलब क्या है? See, malleable, it is a property wherein we can hammer the metal and we can make into a thin sheet as much as we can. मतलब हम उस metal को hammer कर करके लंबा सा sheet जितना पतला हो सके उतना पतला बना सकते. उस property का नाम है malleable, malleability, ductility. So metals are malleable and ductile. Property को क्या मिलेंगे? Malleability, ductility. Ductility का मतलब क्या है? या फिर ductile में से बोलेंगे ऐसे वाले substances जिसको हम लोग लंबा draw करके thin wire में बना सकते हैं. This is a property of a metal in which we can draw the metal as much as possible so that I can convert that into thin wire. So usually metals will exhibit both the property of malleability and ductility. So that is a different concept which I don't want here because I am talking about conductivity and insulation. So conductivity, it is, see, conductivity को define करने के लिए एक theory लिया गया है. They have considered a theory in which they have assumed two bands. क्या बता रही? They have assumed two bands. One band is called as valence band, VB. इसको short में क्या लिखूंगी? VB. And another band is called as conduction band. CB refers to conduction band and VB refers to valence band. See, valence band मतलब क्या है? See, you know that atoms are spherical in its nature. Outermost shell contains electron and that electron is termed as valence electron. And हमेशा अगर कोई भी atom किसी भी प्रकार के phenomenon में we are involving, no doubt only the valence electron is responsible to show the activity. So अगर कोई इलेक्ट्रॉन दो बैंड इस आधार पर डिफरेंशिएट किए. See, valence band is a band which has lower energy and conduction band is a band which has somewhat higher energy than our valence band. So as I said, it is a one-product story. We don't know कौन देखे मेटल को देखा है. Tell me, show me where is valence band, where is conduction band. No. Sometimes we need to assume to come to conclusion. So assumption क्या है यहाँ पे? Valence band and conduction band. See, so based upon the differences between, I can tell that the distance between valence band and conduction band, हम किसी भी मेटल को तीन टाइप्स में क्लासिफाई almost overlapping, such a substances are called as conductors. What I mean to tell is, in case of conductors, अच्छा conductivity कब होगा? According to the concept, when does a substance conducts? That will happen once the electron from valence band is shifted to conduction band. अगर किसी सब्सटेंस में इलेक्ट्रॉन वैलेंस बैंड से कंडक्शन बैंड को शिफ्ट होता है, that will lead to conductivity, because this conductivity refers to flow of charges. अगर यहाँ से एक चार्ज यहाँ पे फ्लो हो गया, मतलब that is leading to conduction. But as the gap between both the bands are varying from one substance to another, the property must also vary. So here the gap is very much high, बहुत ज़्यादा गैप है, इसीलिए ये वाले सब्सटेंस में इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ से यहाँ पे जाने के लिए इट्स ऑलमोस्ट इम्पॉसिबल, क्योंकि एनर्जी बहुत ज़्यादा लगता है, क्योंकि गैप ज़्यादा है. So as there is no any possibilities of converting after shifting of electron from Vb to Cb, these substances doesn't conduct, and the substances which does not conduct are called insulators. Same way, if at all the gap is very less, एकदम से jump होता है, एकदम high shifting of electron from Vb to Cb result into no doubt conduction. Such substances are called as conductor, which are very good conductors of no doubt sometimes heat and sometimes electricity. But here it is in between, इसीलिए semi मतलब आधा, ना ही पूरा insulator ना ही पूरा कंडक्टर, इन दोनों के बीच को हम लोग क्या नाम देंगे? सेमी कंडक्टर्स. तो अब जो मैं कहानी बताऊंगी, इट इज विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू दिस सेमी कंडक्टर. इट्स कंक्लूडेड दैट कंडक्टर्स अपने काम में माहिर है टू कंडक्ट. इंसुलेटर विल नेवर इन्वॉल्व कंडक्टिविटी. सो ये दो दे आर pure enough in their properties, but this third one, that is semiconductor, as it is in between to that of our conductors and insulator, I will now increase the ability of semiconductor to conduct. तो मकसद क्या है मेरा मकसद है सेमीकंडक्टर को कंडक्टिविटी के प्रॉपर्टी को एनहांस करना. कैसे करेंगे? सी, दैट इज डन बाय एडिंग एन इम्प्यूरिटी फ्रॉम एन एक्सटर्नल सोर्स. उस इम्प्यूरिटी को ऐड करने का प्रोसेस इज टर्म्ड एज डोपिंग. क्या बोलेंगे? एडिंग अ इम्प्यूरिटी सब्सटेंस to a semiconductor to increase its conductivity. That process is called as doping. The phenomenon of increasing the conductivity of a semiconductor by adding an external impurity is called doping, and the impure substance which I am adding is called as dopant. क्या बोलेंगे? The substance is called as dopant. मैडम impurity बोल रहे हैं, फिर वो कैसे enhance करता है? यहाँ पे impurity का मतलब है ऑलरेडी एक arranged हमारे पास space है. Orderly arranged space मतलब it contains all the elements of same category. उसमें अगर कोई मैं बाहर से कोई एक XYZ एलिमेंट ऐड करती हूँ, तो that XYZ is no doubt कंप्लीटली इस सब्सटेंस का उल्टा है. उन दोनों के बीच में कोई रिलेशन नहीं है, इसलिए अब क्या बनेगा? जो एडिंग सब्सटेंस है वो इम्प्यूरिटी कहलाएगा. इम्प्योर सब्सटेंस ऐड नहीं करते, एडिंग सब्सटेंस ये जो ऑलरेडी मौजूद सब्सटेंस से हटकर है, इसलिए हम लोग क्या नाम दें? इम्प्योर सब्सटेंस. तो बच्चों, अब ये डोपिंग एंड डोपेंट जो प्रोसेस है, इसका मेन इंटेंशन है सेमीकंडक्टर के कंडक्शन को इंक्रीज करना. based upon the type of element which we are doping, we have two प्रकार के semiconductor. One is called N-type semiconductor and the other one is called as what? P-type semiconductor. So what is the difference which is making them to call N and P? So बच्चों, to explain this, what I will take a semiconductor, a element which is semiconductor. I mean that element is neither completely conductor nor completely insulator, or I can tell that in such element the gap between Vp and Cp is intermediate to that of our conductor and insulator. So such element is silicon. Silicon, germanium are very good examples of semiconductor. तो हम क्या लेंगे? Already एक arranged silicon. That is, we know that all the metals are, if the solids are orderly arranged with the constituent particles. So I will take an example of silicon, no doubt, which is a semiconductor, and here my intention is to enhance its conductivity. You know that silicon is a 14th group element. Silicon is a 14th group element. So its valency is charged. It means silicon should be bonded with 4 electrons around itself. So we can say that each silicon in the given diagram is bonded with 4 bonds. ठीक है? तो अब मैं क्या करूँगी? I will opt for an element which has 1 extra electron to that of our silicon. Extra मतलब कैसे? Silicon already 14 group का element है. So I need to opt for an element which is having 1 extra electron. Means I should go for an element which is of 15th group. I mean it has to contain externally 5 electron, or it should have 5 valence electron. So such an element is our phosphorus. Why only phosphorus? You can also take arsenic, because 15 group के जो element है, any one of them you can take, but because phosphorus because of its smallest size, we will consider it maximum, so that its availability is also more. तो बच्चों, अब क्या हुआ? phosphorus के पास how many electrons? You will imagine, you will take phosphorus as an impurity which I am adding into this semiconductor. So phosphorus has how many electrons? 5 valence electron. So when I am doping, that process is called as for doping, right? When I am doping this phosphorus into this orderly arranged silicon metal, what happens? No doubt one of the silicon is replaced by your phosphorus. But as phosphorus has 5 electron, among the 5 valence electron, only 4 are involved in bond formation with 4 silicon atom. 4 silicon atom. So we have 4 bond around the phosphorus, but we have one more extra electron, 5th electron, which is not involved in the bonding, because 4 हमको चाहिए थे, 4 सिलिकॉन के साथ बॉन्ड फॉर्म हो गया, एक एक्स्ट्रा इलेक्ट्रॉन बच गया. That extra electron चुप नहीं बैठता, it will do its मनमानी, कभी यहाँ, कभी वहाँ, कभी यहाँ, because electron are free enough to move. That movement of electron is called convection. So we are making that semiconductor to enhance the property of its conductivity by increasing a number of electron. Here, as electron is negatively charged, electron is negatively charged, we arise with a negative charge which is extra in our orderly arranged data. So that is the reason it is called Again, because of the smallest size, I will consider with our boron. So what I will do? I will dope this silicon with boron atom. तो boron जैसे ही मैं ऐड करूँगी, you know that one of the silicon is replaced by your boron. तो boron के पास 3 वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन है, तो वो 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन are involved in bond formation with our 3 silicon atoms. लेकिन चौथे सिलिकॉन के साथ बॉन्ड फॉर्म करने के लिए उसके पास इलेक्ट्रॉन की कमी है. सो दैट कमी ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन लीड टू अ होल, पॉजिटिव होल. क्या करेगा? दैट विल लीड टू अ होल विच इज इलेक्ट्रॉन डेफिशिएंट. तो अब क्या होगा देखो, बिकॉज ऑफ दैट पॉजिटिव होल एवरीवन, वो पॉजिटिव होल मतलब सी actually this silicon is no doubt boron is satisfied with the valences because boron is having +3, that is 3 valency, 3 bonds are formed. But if I go for counting the valency of silicon of adjacent, that is the adjacent which is present adjacent to the boron, it is not satisfied. How many? 1 2 3, 1 is less. तो 1 less मतलब क्या होगा? Obviously it will tend to attain a state which is completely stable. तब क्या होगा? This silicon will lead to form a bond by taking adjacent, मतलब यहाँ से अपना bond यहाँ पे शेयर कर लेता. तो अब यहाँ से ये लेता मतलब ये ऑटोमेटिकली अनस्टेबल बन जाता. अगेन दिस पॉजिटिव होल यहाँ पे क्रिएट होता. अगेन ये पॉजिटिव मतलब वैलेंसी इज नॉट सेटिस्फाइड, इट विल टेक अ बॉन्ड फ्रॉम एडजेसेंट सिलिकॉन, वो स्टेबल, लेकिन ये पॉजिटिव होता. व्हाट आई मीन टू टेल इज that positive hole is moving around our semiconductor. whole substance के अंदर positive hole move होते ही रहता. and positive hole it is nothing but a charge. charge का movement मतलब conduction. so by increasing the positive property of positive charge in our semiconductor, we can increase the conductivity of it. So in both the cases we are making the conduction to enhance by adding a substance which is either containing 1 electron extra to that of silicon or 1 electron lesser to that of silicon. Why? Because in both the cases extra electron lead to negative charge and less electron lead to positive charge. That flow of charges is nothing but our conductivity. As here we are arrived to the positive hole, we are calling it as p-type semiconductor. Difference क्या है? In case of n-type, dope the semiconductor with 15 group element and here dope with 13 group element. Here arise with a negative charge, here arise with the positive hole. But in both the cases, no doubt, we are enhancing the conductivity of our semiconductor. If it is clear, I will shift to a next simple definition part of our solids. Solids have again some of the properties of magnetism. ऑलरेडी पिछले क्लास में पिछले चैप्टर में पढ़ा चुकी हूँ. जस्ट उसका शॉर्ट वे डिफिनेशन आई जस्ट वांट टू डिफाइन. वी आर नाउ टॉकिंग अबाउट मैग्नेटिक प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ आवर सॉलिड्स. सो बच्चों, बेस्ड अपॉन द प्रॉपर्टी वी हैव नंबर ऑफ डेफिनेशन. वन इज कॉल्ड एज व्हाट? पैरामैग्नेटिक सब्सटेंस. कंप्लीट नहीं लिखोगे बिकॉज यू नो अबाउट मी. सेकेंड is diamagnetic substance. Third is called as what? Ferromagnetic. Fourth kind is antiferromagnetic, and the fifth kind is ferrimagnetic. As I always used to tell, 1 mark question are unpredictable. Any definition you can ask me. So what are the term para, dia, ferro, antiferro, ferrimagnetic referring to? Para, you know that attracted. फेरो आयरन, याद रखो फेरो का मतलब आयरन. आयरन जो है ना मैग्नेट से बहुत स्ट्रांगली अट्रैक्ट होता, उसको याद में रखो. पैरा दो अंडरस्टूड अट्रैक्ट होता है, फेरो भी अट्रैक्ट होता है. पैरा से ज्यादा फेरो इज अट्रैक्टेड. एंटी फेरो इसका उल्टा, इट इज स्ट्रांगली रिपेल्ड बाय द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. फेरी मैग्नेटिक जो है ना, इट इज इन बिटवीन टू दैट ऑफ अवर पैरा एंड फेरो. पैरा में वीकली, स्ट्रांगली, फेरी में इन बिटवीन टू दैट. कैसे? सी यहाँ पे इन केस ऑफ फेरो, सी ये जो मैं आपके सामने एरो बना रही, these arrows are called as domain. क्या बोलेंगे? Those are called as domain. Domain refers to collection of charges. Collection of positive charge. that too. Domain का मतलब है collection of positive charge. If I explain the things with a diagram, कैसे देखो? Anti-ferro, we have the direction of domains in opposite. अगर एक ऊपर तो एक नीचे, एक ऊपर तो एक नीचे, एक ऊपर तो एक नीचे. Resultant get cancels, get cancels, get cancels. Net field is zero. इसीलिए anti-ferro does not attract the magnetic field. अगर मैं ferro की बात करूँगी, all the domains are on the same direction. Same मतलब एकदम से will get attached to the magnetic field. इसलिए क्या होता है? These are strongly attracted by your magnetic field. We talk about ferry. ferry में क्या होगा देखो, अगर दो ऊपर तो एक नीचे, दो ऊपर तो एक नीचे. ना तो ये कंप्लीटली ऊपर है सारे, ना ही कंप्लीटली नीचे है. इन बिटवीन अगर ये दो, इट इज अट्रैक्टेड, वन विल रिपेल. These two attract, one will repel. That's the reason its conductivity is its attraction is in between to that of our ferro and para. This is about the magnetic property of our solids. Hope people got the things. Rest we'll see in the tomorrow's class.